The Ontario Public Service Employees Union is currently working on a campaign to bring part-time workers into the union. The goal of the campaign is to give part-time workers the same rights that full-time workers have in colleges across Canada.
The campaign is reaching out to all of the part-time support workers at colleges throughout the province who, by very definition of the fact that they're part-time, get no paid sick days, no paid holiday time, no medical benefits, no job security, no reduced tuition or course fees, all the things that the full-time staff and faculty get here on campus, we want for part-time workers.
Well, I'm done at the end of this year, so it really doesn't matter to me, but I think unionizing would be a good idea.
Okay. And why do you think it would be a good idea?
I think anytime you have a union, especially with students, it's just easier to get the rights that the students deserve as workers.
Right now, because part-time workers are not covered under the Labour Standards Act, at least the part-time college workers, every other part-time worker in the province is, but college workers are not. So if you're not covered under the Labour Standards Act and you have no union to represent you, then you're extremely vulnerable as a worker. Many students have come to me and said that their hours have been cut, their pay has been cut without notice, and they have no mechanism for appealing those decisions. And in fact, many are even afraid to ask about those cuts or those changes because they're afraid that they'll lose the little bit that they have. And so as a young worker, which is what you are as a student, you should know how much money you're able to count on every week or every month because you're paying tuition, you're paying rent, you're buying food, you have expenses, and you have the right to be able to budget for those expenses, not be caught short.
Do you feel like the college respects you as much as a full-time worker?
I do. I think they do a really good job at supporting us as student staff members, and they are always going out of their way to make it easier for us.
If you are here getting an education, hoping that you will get a job that reflects your skill and at some point your experience, one that will pay you fairly for your work, one that will allow you to pay off your student debt and buy a home or raise a family or travel or do any of the things that you want to do, then please join us on this campaign because we're fighting here for part-time college workers, but the rise of part-time precarious work across the province has increased dramatically in the last 10 years. And so while we're fighting a specific campaign here, the principle of part-time work is one that takes away good jobs. And we see that here on campus as jobs diminish, full-time jobs diminish. The opportunity to get full-time work here grows smaller and smaller, and you'll see that across the province. And I think many of you have friends perhaps who have finished school and are looking for work, having difficulty finding work, or having difficulty finding work that's beyond minimum wage, that's full-time, and that gives you the opportunity to have a full work life and a full social life.
For Spoke Online, I'm Joshua Van Ostrand.